The anxiety of success. Hello. In today's video, we are going to talk about one of the greatest mental traps of our generation, the anxiety of success. We will understand why, in a world where everything is possible, so many people feel paralyzed, unhappy, and lost. Often, we believe that unhappiness comes from a lack of opportunities. But the truth is that we have never been so mentally exhausted as we are now, precisely because of the excess of them. Imagine yourself in front of an infinite buffet where every option looks better than the last. The pressure to choose the perfect dish becomes so great that you lose your appetite. This is the metaphor for modern life. The abundance of paths creates a noise that prevents us from hearing our own intuition. The result of this is not freedom, but a decision fatigue that leaves us stagnant, afraid that any step taken might be the wrong step. Before we unravel this paradox and learn how to regain control, if you see clarity amidst the chaos, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This helps the algorithm understand that this deep content has value and allows us to keep bringing these reflections to you. Now, take a deep breath. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. The Paradox of Choice. Common sense tells us that the more options we have, the freer we are. But the science of the mind reveals the opposite. An abundance of choices generates paralysis. When you have only 2 options, the decision is simple. When you have 200, the mental effort to evaluate each one grows to an unsustainable level. This is analysis paralysis, where the fear of choosing path A and losing the benefits of path B results in you not moving at all. Beyond paralysis, there is the problem of satisfaction. The more options you had before deciding, the lower your happiness will be with the final result, no matter how good it is. This happens because if something goes even slightly wrong, you immediately imagine that one of the other 10,000 discarded options would have been the perfect solution. Abundance removes the ability to blame fate. Now, the guilt for not having ideal success is entirely yours. It is a burden that no one was meant to carry alone. Chapter 2. Sartre and the Condemnation to Freedom. The philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre said something that sounds like a diagnosis today. Man is condemned to be free. For Sartre, freedom is not a joyful gift, but a terrifying responsibility. It means there is no ready-made script, and we are the sole architects of our destiny. In the past, your life was determined by your birth or your social class. Today, you can be whatever you want. And this absence of limits generates a deep and constant anxiety. This pressure for constant self-actualization turns every choice into a courtroom trial regarding your value as a human being. If you don't achieve the extraordinary success you see on screens, you feel the failure is purely yours due to a lack of effort or vision. We are suffering from an inability to accept that life is made of limits and trade-offs. The anxiety of success is in reality the mourning for all the other lives you had to sacrifice to live the only one you actually have. Chapter 3. The Remedy of Voluntary Limitation. To overcome paralysis and regain happiness, we need to rediscover the power of voluntary limitations. True freedom is not born from keeping all doors open. That is just indecision disguised as autonomy. Real freedom borns from choosing one door and having the courage to lock all the others behind you. When you limit your options deliberately, the mental noise decreases and your life gains depth instead of being a shallow surface of 1,000 interests. You need to adopt a good enough mindset instead of the obsessive search for the absolute best. Those who always seek the best possible option end up more frustrated because the best is a moving target that is never achieved. Learn to embrace sacrifice as an act of power. To choose is to lose, and losing is part of emotional maturity. By accepting that no choice will be perfect, you remove the weight of anxiety and walk again with lightness and intent. The anxiety of success will only have power over you as long as you believe the lie that it is possible to have everything at once. Life is finite, and our energy is scarce. Trying to embrace every possibility is a guaranteed recipe for burnout. Real success is not the accumulation of paths, but the quality of the life you build within the path you decided to honor with your presence and your daily effort. If this video helped you understand why you feel stuck, leave a comment below. What choice have you been postponing for fear of making a mistake? Your reflection might help someone else take their first step too. Share this content with that friend who's always overwhelmed by the pressure of the future. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now so you don't miss our next immersion. Stay focused, choose with courage, and remember, peace is not at the end of the road, but in the decision of which road you will travel.